Hey, welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at 7-day detox programs. We've got some excerpts from an article here that lays out a lot of the details. So if you've ever wondered, like, what actually goes on in detox, maybe thinking about it for yourself or for, someone you care about,
Mhm.
well, this is for you.
Yeah. It's a really important first step for a lot of people who are, starting out on the road to recovery.
Absolutely.
Detox can sound kind of, scary to some folks. It can
Yeah.
be a tough process, but the idea is to have this really structured environment that's also safe where people can, withdraw from drugs or alcohol.
Yeah, the article really stresses that the whole thing is medically supervised. So why is that so important, especially right at the beginning?
Well, because withdrawal, it can be really unpleasant. I mean, you've got things like nausea, shaking, anxiety, you can't sleep.
Yeah, it sounds rough.
It is, and it really varies depending on what the substance is.
Yeah.
But in some cases, it can actually be really dangerous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's why it's so important to have, medical supervision so that someone's there to manage all those symptoms and keep the person safe and as comfortable as they can be.
So they can, actually focus on getting better.
Exactly. Yeah. It really helps with, sticking with recovery.
It's almost like, I don't know, like setting the foundation for everything else.
Exactly. Exactly. It's all about getting past that initial hurdle, and then
Mhm.
they can really get into, the deeper work of recovery.
Now, this article focuses on those 7-day programs. Is
Yeah.
that like a standard kind of time frame, or is it more, tailored to each person?
Well, 7 days is often where people start, especially if, their addiction hasn't been going on for a long time.
Okay, yeah.
Or maybe for people who need to ease in a little bit more. It's a pretty good balance, but, it's definitely not one size fits all.
Sure. And within those 7 days, the article talks about three main stages. Can you sort of walk us through those a bit?
Sure. So first you have the medical detox itself. And here it's all about getting the person stabilized, physically.
Right.
So they might need medication to help with, managing the withdrawal symptoms. And their vital signs are going to be monitored super closely. Like they're going to be checking their breathing, their heart rate.
Yeah, making sure everything's okay.
Exactly. And then they're also looking out for any underlying health conditions, things that might be made worse by withdrawal.
It sounds like this stage is all about just getting a handle on that immediate impact of, coming off of a substance.
Right. And it's really important to remember that using substances for a long time, it can really do a number on your body.
I can imagine.
Like with alcohol, for example, that can severely damage the liver. And if you just suddenly stop drinking cold turkey, that can be incredibly dangerous.
Makes sense. Then the article jumps to counseling.
Mm.
I'm kind of surprised that starts so early in the process.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of programs now are realizing how important it is to start addressing the, the mental and emotional side of addiction right from the beginning.
Interesting.
I mean, think about it. Someone going through withdrawal, they're already in a pretty vulnerable place, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Emotionally. So it can actually be a good time to start digging into, why they were using substances in the first place and what their life could look like, once they're in
Oh,
recovery.
I hadn't thought of it like that. But yeah, it makes sense that they would be, open to change at that point.
Mm.
And then there's this third stage, dietary and multidisciplinary approaches.
Hmm.
What's the thinking behind those?
So it's basically acknowledging that addiction, it affects your whole being, not just physically.
Mm.
And one thing that's often overlooked is nutrition.
Really?
Yeah, people who are struggling with addiction, a lot of times they have, serious nutritional deficiencies because they haven't really been prioritizing healthy food.
I guess if you're focused on getting your next fix.
Exactly. So detox is a chance to, give your body the nutrients it needs and support that natural healing process.
Like a reset button.
Yeah, something like that. And then the multidisciplinary part, that's all about taking a really holistic approach.
Okay. So, like, what kinds of things are we talking about here?
Well, you've got the medical care and the counseling,
Yeah.
but a lot of programs now are incorporating things like spiritual guidance, maybe yoga or art therapy. Some even have fitness programs.
Wow. So it's really about providing different ways for people to, heal and find themselves, basically.
Right. It's about the whole person.
But this all happens within those 7 days, right?
Yep, that's right. They pack a lot into that first week. But there are also different settings where this all happens, and the
Right.
setting that can really affect how the program's structured.
So that brings us to inpatient versus outpatient, right? The article mentions both of those.
Right. So with inpatient, that means you're living at the facility full time. and you get the highest level of medical care and support there,
Hmm.
That's usually really important for people with, more severe addictions or if they have complicated medical
So
needs.
it's like the most intensive option. What about outpatient, though? Is it basically the same program, but you just like go home at night?
Yeah, the components are pretty similar, but the big difference is the level of medical supervision.
Ah, okay.
So outpatient's a good fit for people who are having milder withdrawal symptoms, folks who don't need to be monitored 24/7. So they go to the facility for their therapy sessions, they have their check-ins, but then they can go back home in the evenings.
So what are some of the things that someone would think about when they're trying to decide between inpatient and outpatient?
Well, it depends on their individual needs, and their situation. Outpatient can be less expensive, but it takes a lot of self-discipline, and you need to have good support, outside the program. But then for some people, having that structure and that constant support of inpatient, that's exactly what they need to, get through those first stages of recovery.
It sounds like a lot to consider. Yeah. And I guess those are even more important when we're talking about like who these 7-day programs are actually a good fit for.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the article, it specifically says that these programs, they can be great for people who have less severe addictions
Okay.
or people who just haven't been using substances for as long.
Right.
It gives them, that kind of intense initial push to get through the worst of the withdrawal. And then they can start, really getting into therapy and all the other stuff that comes with recovery.
Yeah. But you mentioned before that 7 days isn't like a magic number.
Right.
So for someone who's had, a more severe addiction or they've been struggling with it for longer, what would you recommend?
Well, in those cases, a longer program is usually better,
Okay.
like 30 days, maybe even longer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that extra time allows for, more in-depth therapy and planning to prevent relapse,
Hmm.
really building that foundation for, long-term recovery.
So you have more time to really unpack everything, figure out the root causes.
Right. And learn how to cope,
Yeah. So it's not just about stopping the substance use. It's about like actually learning how to live without it.
Exactly.
And that brings us back to why detox is so important in the first place.
hmm
What makes that, initial step so crucial for recovery?
Well, it's all about breaking the cycle of dependence, physically and mentally.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. When someone's constantly in withdrawal, their whole world revolves around, getting more of that substance.
Yeah, just getting that next fix.
Yeah, right. It's hard to even think about anything else. So
Yeah.
detox, it helps them get to a place where they can actually start engaging in therapy.
And actually start working towards recovery.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, like clearing the fog so they can actually see the path ahead.
That's a great way to put it. And that's why, all these programs are starting to include counseling and those holistic approaches right alongside the medical detox. It's
Yeah.
all connected.
So we're treating the whole person, not just the addiction.
Exactly. Yeah. And because addiction is complicated, right?
Yeah.
Recovery means addressing, all the different parts of someone's life.
Well, we've talked a lot about, what actually happens in these 7-day programs.
Yeah.
The medical side, the counseling, the nutrition, all the different settings.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing how much they fit into a week.
Yeah, it is. And it really shows how much addiction treatment has changed. It's not just about getting someone through the physical withdrawal anymore.
Right.
It's about, setting them up to actually succeed in the long run.
So let's say, hypothetically, that you were designing a detox program. It doesn't even have to be 7 days.
Or
What are some of the things that you would you'd make sure were included, and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think for me, individualization would be like the top priority.
Okay.
Because addiction, it's so personal. Everyone's experience is different. So their detox and their treatment, it has to, be tailored to them. So we would need like really in-depth assessments to figure out, what does this person specifically need? What are their goals? What challenges are they facing? All that.
It's like, I don't know, like tailoring a suit. You can't just use the same size for everyone, right?
Exactly. And another thing I'd really focus on is trauma-informed care.
Okay.
Because so many people who struggle with substance use, they've been through some kind of trauma, in their lives. And that needs to be addressed, in a way that's sensitive and understanding. It's a huge part of healing.
Trauma can be, really damaging. And it makes sense that it would play a role in, addiction for a lot of people. But it does seem like something that's often overlooked.
Yeah. unfortunately. But when you create that space, where someone feels safe and supported to actually deal with those experiences, that can make such a difference in their recovery.
Absolutely.
And then the last thing, of course, is making sure there's a solid plan for support after the detox is over.
Right. So it doesn't just end there.
Exactly. Connecting them with therapists, support groups, maybe sober living environments, whatever they need to keep moving forward.
It's about building that bridge, not just getting them to the other side.
Yeah, exactly. And that bridge needs to be strong. Detox is great, it's important, but
Yeah.
it's just the first step.
Absolutely. Well, this has been super informative. Thanks so much for sharing your insights with us.
Oh, of course. Happy to be here.
And for our listeners, if you'd like to learn more about detox programs, we've got a bunch of resources linked in the show notes, and we'd love to hear your thoughts too. So head over to our social media and tell us, what would you prioritize if you were designing a detox program? Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you next time.